souls. Thank you for coming through, woo woo. Peace be unto you. What is about to happen? Today, we're going to be talking about dietary supplements and the importance of such. Why is herbal knowledge such a thing? Why is it a thing nowadays? Well, we can get into it. Welcome back. My name is JahNoor, and this is JahNoor Alchemy channel, where basically we use the worst and make it into the best by spirit light alteration and transformation. Today we smile, and tomorrow we also smile. Today we heal, and tomorrow we continue to heal. So that's what we do here, and let's get into some things. First of all, herbal medicine is basically the science of using plants to prevent disease, cure, treat, and basically maintain the body function. Like botanical medicine, we use not only just the leaves of the plants, but the seeds of the plants, the stems, the roots, the whole science of so down to the bark. Phytotherapy is the use of, or the study of the use of the extraction of the natural origin as medicine or a healthy promoting agent, and it's usually now gaining attention in livestock producers, medical practitioners, and it aids in people's health and the livelihood of animals, right? Don't you love animals? Oh my god, I love animals. They're so great. They're so amazing. Anyway, sorry, Mas. Oh, welcome, Asa. Welcome, Mas. All right, moving on. In the other previous video of 2019's biggest health complications, we saw antimicrobial resistance germs, and in general, we can reduce drug resistance by implementing dietary supplements, by implementing phytotherapy concepts, and modulate the system, the immune system specifically, and against disease, especially viral disease. Okay? One example of a supplement that I like to get into is ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba is good for memory, circulation, brain function, cognitive function, and it's balances within the central nervous system, and the central nervous system basically includes our spinal cord and our brain, which is so important. Okay, like I seen a grown man in fetal position over spinal cord problems. It's not fun. I'm good. Okay, thank you. All right, so it's good to know your brain doesn't do everything, because it can help control, the nervous system, help control bodily functions, awareness, thought, speech, memory, and to think that ginkgo biloba could help with some of these things. Definitely. I like to say that it helps me and my cognitive function, because sometimes I may lose track of what I'm trying to say in that moment, and I'm just like, wait, what happened? I can't remember. And that used to happen sometimes over the years, but over time, using ginkgo biloba, it helps me, and I recommend it. Okay, I use it as drops in my tea. I probably put 4, and I just sprinkle some ginger powder in it. I usually don't use sweetener, but that's usually good enough for me. But moving forward, ginkgo biloba, definitely an example of a supplement that comes from a natural origin, a natural plant, not a hybrid, Even Hippocrates, a well-known scientist, philosopher, etc., an old Greek physician, has detailed over 500 different plants over his time of life, and a lot of those plants and those similar writings date back to ancient times. And the use of herbs, the use of botany has been around since the beginning of man, because during the nomad time where humans moved around a lot, the knowledge of how to keep yourself healthy was crucial to survive, and using the wrong plant could have meant the difference between life and death a lot of the time. So people who had knowledge of such herbs and such plants, such treatments and cures of different things, very valuable in society, and still to this day are, right? For example, nomadic tribes of Kenya, as going around living their life, they used to use tree bark in order to treat and prevent the case of malaria. And penicillin, which is basically derived from mold, it was used as an antibiotic, and still used as in different antibiotics to this day. Look it up. But this antibiotic was used to treat pneumonia, other respiratory disorders and issues, and like infections regarding the skin, mouth, throat, and etc. And that was what found out over 70 years ago. So over 80 years ago. So people back then, even before previously, they definitely used plants, herbs, and more to treat their diseases. A lot of pharmaceuticals in general are derived from plants, and those pharmaceuticals are just basically synthesized components, or a synthesized component from a plant. What makes a herb is that there's different components that work together to treat this one thing or to cure this one thing. And as far as a pharmaceutical, it's usually an isolated one synthesized molecule that's usually the primary component of that plant. So they synthesize it, isolate it, and make it, essentially make it big and strong, so it can go against whatever illness, disease, or disorder you have, right? So crazy, right? So on a physiological level, we can bring balance, have a set homeostasis, and we can support healings to organs and promote maintenance of functions. Many diseases are created because of increased acidity in the body or excess mucus, and inflammation itself is caused by free radicals. What is a free radical? Oh my God. Well, say I'm at the party and I'm not really supposed to be here, but I'm not here. I got my cup, I got my drink, was popping, and then I go to someone who's doing their job, and then I'm just convincing them to come to the party, groove with me, jam with me, gyrate, and all of that good stuff. And then soon they start to let go of their work and gyrate with me. We're a bunch of spontaneous mofos, and it's a good thing. And then we go get more friends, and we got to party over here, okay? This is like worse than the Sour Patch Kids. Basically, inflammation itself is caused by free radicals, and that's highly reactive, shortly lived. The party does not go on forever, okay? Because it's not even supposed to be a party. You just came and made it a party. Everybody's kind of here at work, okay? They're getting paid, okay? They're not on that type of time. So as soon as these cells start to become spontaneous and just influenced by each other, doing its own thing, that's when we have free radicals. And that is basically an uncharged molecule having an unpaired valence electron. Usually like an antibiotic tries to add and like, you know, add add an electron or so to balance, give balance to that cell. But you know, sometimes some cells are too strong. Some radicals have been partying way too much to even be overtaken by this little thing here trying to stop the wave, you know. So then this little thing meaning antibiotic, hence the resistance germs that we were talking about, which is the free radicals we were just talking about. Can I get a connection here? We don't want germs, radicals, or nothing like that. We want our cells to work because they're at work, okay? And we party when we party, but we party on my time, not on yours, okay? Remember that. Tell your body that if you need to. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that right before you go buy, you know, that apple pie from McDonald's. Even though it's banging, but still, you know? What you want? A spontaneous environment, or you can control when the spontaneity happens, right? Because of this spread of free radicals, now we have inflammation, which spreads to more good cells, and now we have disease, illness, and imbalance. And that's how not feeling good usually works, you know? I don't really want that for myself or for the people around me, so, or anyone for that matter. So in general, to know about our bodies, to know about what plant-based materials can do for us, what plant-based materials that don't come from hybrids can do for us, because like I said, nothing that the plant makes we can replace, you know, because it comes from the soil. It's made in its perfect way, you know. Sometimes we have to eat more of that certain plant to sometimes get some relief and moderation and stuff like that, but that also helps your immune system as well. So you're doing yourself a great due diligence, you know. The nutrients lost through metabolic processes and functions within the body are replaced by the plants. And a lot of the time when the plants have a certain chemical compound that they use to fight and prevent disease and, you know, protect itself against this disease, our body will adopt those same specific chemical compounds. So eating plants is not just good for, oh, because it's from the earth, we're from the earth, and you know, like, you know, we're all earthlings. Like, no, nothing like that. Actually something like that, but nothing like that as well. It is, sometimes the plant is unique in itself, and you know, it got some secrets and so, and we could only, you know, harbor those secrets if we ingest some of these plants. So, good thing to think about. Another example of a dietary supplement is burdock root. Burdock root is used for centuries, and you can find it now, or was used for centuries, and you could find it now in the place of what pills, dietary supplements, right? And it's usually good for ingestion. It's usually good for fluid retention. And we know fiber goes throughout our intestines, scraping the walls where there may be deposits of water, and burdock root can kind of mimic that, where it can bring out all the excess junk, you know? And because of that, it's rich in antioxidants that prevents forms of cancer, and it removes toxins from the bodies, from our bodies. So basically, like I said, scraping the excess and basically taking some of those free radicals where it cannot grow into a actual physical something, have an essence of its own, a body of its own, body, no flesh. And we don't want that, right? Okay, so it's antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. It helps greatly with the skin, because usually if you mesh it together in some water and apply it here and there, it can help with the skin. So I said all that to say that herbs are a part of us. And herbs are like our best friend. Herbs are like our soulmate. Dietary supplements are our friends. You know, it encourages us to be a friend to ourselves. It's like, oh my gosh, girl, what are you doing? You know, oh my gosh, guy, get it together. You know, and we usually have a negative, you know, connotation to it because, oh, it's not meant where it tastes oh so great. Well, what tastes great? Why does it taste great to you? Because I assure you, when I'm sick, I cannot smell certain things. Like, I know I love pasta and lasagna and all that good stuff. But when I'm sick, oh, that makes me want to throw up. So it's like, in general, what tastes good to you and why? Is it always supposed to taste good to you? At your worst, does it still taste good to you? That's how you know if something is kind of for you. Because if you are at your very worst and you can still stomach it, kudos to you. But if not, then maybe we gotta dive deep into something here, you know? Because if we just scratch the surface, we're never gonna get into the meat, you know? Or the roots of the problem, no pun intended. Anyway, so with that being said, thank you so much for coming along. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and yes, I encourage you and I encourage me, and we're gonna keep each other together, baby, on maintaining ourselves, showing that self-love in this different way of adding chemical constituents that naturally come from the ground, you know, adopting different compounds that can help and treat different diseases, influences, illnesses, and circumstances we don't want. So, you know, with that being said, if you can get down with the crown and you feeling this sound, like, share, subscribe to join my tribe, and share if you care, because I know next video I will see you there. And in the meantime, God bless. May peace be unto you, and I will see you soon, boo boo. Feel free to check out my other channel, Noori. Information is in the description box, and I will see you there as well. Grand rising, grand setting, deuces.